All right, let's take a stab at one more of these complex compound inequalities. Again, these are inequalities where the words and or can be applied to what we see in front of us. Now, the good news is with the word or, you're going to solve it and you're going to graph the two inequalities. With and, we have a little more work in front of us. For example, generally speaking, it'll be presented in this context. So your first task is to split it into a statement using the word and. So I would have 8 is less than 3x minus 1, and 3x minus 1 is less than or equal to 11. So now I've split the inequality into two statements using the word and, because I want numbers that are bigger than 8 and less than 11. That's what this inequality represents. Also gives me a cue that when I go to graph it, I want to be looking for an intersection or an overlap. I want that thing where the two mesh. Because one line's going to be going one way, one's going to be going the other way, and I'm looking for that part in the middle where they overlap. Now let's go ahead and solve this. The good news, because I'm working with the exact same middle part, the operation is the same. I'm going to add 1 to both sides. So over here I get 9 is less than 3x. And over here I'm going to get 3x is less than or equal to 12. Then I'm going to divide each side by 3. What did I do? Divide both by 3. So that's going to give me 3 strictly less than x, and x less than or equal to 4. Now, part of the thing you want to think about is the fact that this doesn't have my variable on my left. Has it on the right. That means if I want to graph it and use the trick of the direction the arrow is pointing, I need to flip it around. These are the same statement. 3 is less than x is greater than 3. Help set things up. Now I can go ahead and make my graph. And this again, the word and sits between those statements. If you want to write it as a single statement, you can. I could write this as the single statement, 3 less than x less than or equal to 4. That's putting the two statements back together. Now my graph. X is greater than 3, so here's 3. And I want greater than, so it's an open circle going this way. X is less than or equal to 4. Here's 4. Solid circle. Going that way. Now I look for the overlap. The overlap seems to happen right here between them. So I'm going to circle this again to show it's open. I'm going to fill this in again to show that it's solid. And I'm going to shade the region in between. There we go. So this inequality, which uses the word and, is now split. I can solve the two parts. I could rewrite them as a single inequality by putting them together. And then I have my graph that shows all the points that are both 3 less than x, so 3 is less than my variable, or x is bigger than 3, and x is less than or equal to 4. Upper bound of 4, going down. All right, next time we meet, we're going to try a couple of these out and see what happens.